Hello everyone and welcome back to another edition of West Ham Fan TV's Post-Match Pint. Yeah, the only West Ham United post-match roller show on the internet. We've just come back from Vicarage Road. It was West Ham 2, no it was Watford 2, West Ham 0. Scott?
Scotty's part.
Yeah, so Moyes' first game, 4-3-3 formation. Joe up in goal. Zabra right, Criswell left, Reedy and O'Connor as centre halves. Midfield three of Nobes, Cech and Obiang. And a sort of attacking three of Carroll, Lanzini and Arnautovic. Lanzini left and Arnautovic right.
It sounds like quite a potent.
I don't think
On
it
paper,
does.
on
I
paper,
don't think it does, mate. To be honest, it's the same old shit with players that don't
It
work.
showed a bit more intent than we had previously.
I'm sorry, mate. I wholly disagree with you there.
He's trying to mix it up. He's trying to change it up.
He's trying to change it up, but you're playing Andy Carroll, right?
Look, I'm not going to knock the geezer.
Who, Moyes?
Not yet.
No, you can't.
No,
you can't.
not after one game,
He's had, as I said, he's had 2 weeks with 8 first team players, and he's had 3 or 4 days with the international lot. Less than what he's had, half a day with Reedy probably. You know, he's put out what we had. Let's be honest. We had 3 technically players, first team players on the bench.
I don't understand that, to be honest. I don't understand the team there because it's the same team that's been losing. Do you know what I mean?
That's what he's got to work with. You know, it's not like
Has he? He's got players on the bench that ain't started. Sacco ain't started a game all season.
no, but he's got the same group of players to work with that Village had. It's not like he can go out and he's got to wait till January before he can make any changes.
To be honest with you, I think the formation was all wrong. Yeah, and Arnautovic on the right. Although Arnautovic had a decent game, I thought. Right? Well, I'll be honest with you.
He's probably our best player.
From what it's compared to, it's not saying much. Yeah, but it's probably one of the best games he's had. But as I said, that's not saying much.
Not saying that.
Lanzini is totally lost on the left. We still offered no width.
Leave him in the middle.
Like you see our fullbacks going forward, and there's no one to pass the ball down the line to.
Yep.
We're too static. We're too static.
We've got no natural width.
God damn.
No natural width. We've sold on the natural width, and we have 2 wingers.
Do you know what knows about it? Like you see other teams, they ping it about, and like they can pass the ball 5 yards and move. But we're just too static. We're too static. There's never any.
And we can pass 4 or 5 yards.
Yeah,
Sideways and backwards.
Yeah.
When it comes to go forwards, we can't even do that.
Yeah, but there's never.
But the movement
seems like every time we play someone, I always seem to have options. We never do.
Because every other team's, at the end of the day, we could have played till next week and still wouldn't have scored. Watford hassled. There was times, right? It sent you in the second half, didn't I? Zabaleta's down the wing. Oh no, sorry, Cech was down the wing. 3 Watford players round him.
Right? Which means someone else should be
which means someone's spare.
Yeah.
Right? Watford go in the attack. There's 3 Watford players with Criswell on his own. So you can't play formations with attacking wingers or players like that and have Andy Carroll up front on his own and expect Lanzini to play. It's so easy to play against because all they did, Carroll was crap. I've never seen him lose so many headers. He was a joke, right? And from the outset, he took the kick-off, right? It goes back to O'Connor. Andy Carroll sprints to the right-hand side and O'Connor bangs it long to him. As soon as you see, that's it. Because they now know, and they've done that from kick-off, exactly what Allardyce used to do. Yeah, ball all the way back to Ginger Collins, bang it to the right for Carroll to win the flick on. Right? No different to Allardyce. Exactly the same thing. And all they did was, well, we'll either beat him in the air or we'll just drop off because there's no one running in behind. And it wasn't.
Up a second.
It wasn't. Now, Lanzini stood behind him. What's the point? It's too lightweight. He ain't a striker. You know.
We are yards off of everyone else in this league.
Yeah.
And that's worrying because once you're a few yards off of everyone else, you can't compete. because the teams in this league are so drilled that they just, they bypass you by just locking the ball, letting the ball do the work.
Mhm.
There's such good players in this league.
What do you think as well, Moyes, he's basically come in and straight away he's had to work on fitness.
Yeah.
Now at this stage of the season,
That's a hard thing to do.
you're going to be playing. You're playing catch up for the rest of the season. You're not going to catch up.
Exactly, you shouldn't be. And the thing is, right, the first 5 minutes, we were knocking the ball around lovely. Watford was sitting off of us. You thought, hang on a minute, maybe we might get something out of it. First attack, first ball into our box. So work as much as you like on fitness, we still can't defend to save our lives.
We look like shambles all game, even from that one chance. It was a ball into the box. It was a scuff clearance, dropped to one of their players, a scuff shot, to one of their. All right, bit of luck on their part because that scuff shot could have went anywhere, went straight to their player. But we were, as I say, 2 yards off everything, and including that. You know what I mean? Like there weren't a player near him. He just had his time to pick the spot. 1-0 down.
So you think a scuff clearance, a scuff shot, and he's still got time.
Well, there's time. Great. We spoke about Liverpool last week. Walking through our defence, one of the guys last week, I can't remember if it was Salah, Mane or whoever it was, went through, fell over, had time to get up, wiped the dust off of him. You know what I mean? And that was like similar happened this week.
Yeah. That I think it was used. He's lost the ball between his own feet, stumbled, got control of the ball, got his head up and played a pass. Before there was even a player around him.
No one near him. Not a single person near him. I honestly, we look in trouble. Like we can't do the basics right. That's the problem. That's the problem.
We saw it last season. We've seen it at the start of this season. It's just.
Sorry, when you're a poor side and you're playing poor, you work hard. And we don't work hard. At least Sunderland, when they went down last season, at least their players were working hard. Our players don't work.
There's too many of them don't want to be there. You can tell. I think there's a couple of them that really don't want to be there.
Get rid of them in January then.
Well, it's not January yet. We'll see what happens. We've got time. But Carroll, I think it's quite evident he don't want to be there anymore. As you said, Gray, looked like he was doing his best to get sent off today. He's just probably had 2 weeks paternity. Whatever. I don't think people like Czech. I don't know what the fuck's happened to him.
He's gone backwards, hasn't he? Sort of
backwards. He's I think kind.
The thing is, for me, the playing with them three in the middle, the way they were in that formation, you're asking him to be the attacking midfielder. Noble and Obiang are just too similar to playing together.
Noble done nothing today, and I mean absolutely zero. He was just walking around, not getting anywhere near anything. To be honest with you, like I've said this before, he looked like our most unfit player. Noble.
I don't agree with that, but I agree with what you said before. But I don't think he looked our most unfit.
Everyone's 2-3 yards off the pace. He's at least 4 or 5. Honestly, he was getting near nothing. Did you see him make a tackle today?
Yeah.
A slide tackle?
No, but I saw him outpace a player to win the ball off him.
Yeah, once.
Yeah, but I just think him and Obiang are too similar a player. They play in the same position, and when you're playing with one striker, you can't afford 2 centre midfielders trying to pick the ball up off the back four.
We've got no energy in
the
there.
back four just want to get it clear. They're panicking all the time.
No energy in there whatsoever.
There's no confidence.
I still can't see how you can justify Winston Reid flying all the way to New Zealand, to fly all the way to Peru, to fly back to England, and then you expect him to play 90 minutes and be on top of his game.
Yeah.
Well, I don't.
Exactly, but
we ain't got a lot of choices at the minute.
No,
that's the problem.
No, again, the substitutions predictable.
Same.
Yeah, told you in the car, didn't I, what he'd do? Pulled it in the car. Like for like, losing a game, you take off Carroll, Bree on Saka. And then the Masuaku one was false because Arnautovic got injured. You're losing. Your system's not working because you're losing. Change your system. go 2 up top. They play 3 at the back,
Yeah.
go 2 up top. They've got to think then. Playing 1 up front against 3 centre defenders is a piece of piss.
Yeah, I mean, do you think maybe if we matched them 3-5?
Don't think we've got the players to match them 3-5.
Not in a minute,
We ain't
no.
got our defence ain't strong enough to do that.
I don't know what the answers are. There's normally a little boost when a new manager comes in. I didn't see that today.
Gomez pulled off a couple of good saves in the first half, didn't he?
Yeah, we had. This is a frustrating thing, as undeserved as it was. We had a couple of good chances, like really good chances. Czech went through 1-on-1. Gomez is pulled a save out of his arse. I don't know.
That's a good game against us, though, doesn't he?
Seems to, yeah. Pulled a save out of his arse. Don't know how he done that. And then couple of minutes before half time, before he blew the whistle for half time, Arnautovic, I don't know how he missed it, but I think it was more good goalkeeping than his.
Yeah, getting a good save.
Yeah, another good save. And then we had one early in the second half, and this is the only times we did it. These are 3 very key chances. Yeah, he cut it back to Chiate, and he just all the time in the world to place it, and he fucking smashed it over the bar, and that was it. Like, to be honest with you, you got to take one of them chances at 1-0 down. It may be a different game. Maybe it'd give him a lift a little bit, but everything that he saved, I think he knocked the shit out of us a little bit more.
Yeah.
You know, and they just was thinking it's not going to be able to. The thing is with that team, once they're 1-0 down, they're beaten.
That's it.
That's
it doesn't look to be a way back, does it? You know what I mean? You don't. Every time Watford went forward, you were expecting them to score or something to happen. When we come forward, there's just no drive. You know, in the first half, was it the first half?
Too predictable.
Yeah, first half again, we have a corner, and they break from the corner and nearly score. You know, and there's 5 players bursting forward,
But how often
and there's
does
3
that happen?
defenders.
In the
That's
last
it.
2 seasons, how often have we had that done to us?
And then we're losing 1-0, defending a corner with 11 men. They've got 1 man standing on the halfway line. We've got 11 men in the box defending a fucking corner at 1-0 down.
There was one point in the game where they must have had the ball for 10 minutes where we didn't get a touch.
Oh, yeah.
But they were just bombarding us, and every time it went out, it just went straight back to them. It was, I'm telling you, mate, it was bad today. To be honest with you, worst I've seen all season.
Yeah.
Worst I've seen all season.
It's the worst I've seen in a very, very long time today.
I mean,
And there isn't an excuse. There is not an excuse. Like you said, new manager coming in,
normally
you
bit of a
expect
lift,
a
isn't it?
response.
I'll tell you what the circumstances were today. This is why I think that this runs deeper than the manager, man. Because this is why I think, you know, it's rotten to the core. They've got a new manager in. They've got new tactics. They've got no. Like, I don't think the tactics were good today, but that's down to him. To you know, he's got to learn.
He's had 2 weeks to learn to
The best players and all that. Yeah,
And
but
it's
like,
hard.
He's tried to change something. He's tried to change it.
Yeah, he's tried to change it. We went 10 steps backwards from where we were.
right. So you got a new manager in, new training methods, few new ideas.
You know, coaching staff.
New coaching staff. Every team that were above us yesterday lost, and the 2 that were around us drew with each other.
Exactly, it was perfect.
Perfect opportunity. You got Watford. Like I know Watford away,
But 3 losses
You know,
on
so
the spin,
a tough game.
haven't they? They haven't won in 3. They've lost 3 on the bounce.
Oh, Watford. Yeah,
going into
yeah.
today.
They ain't won in 4.
Yeah.
I think they drew 1 as well.
Yeah.
3 losses on the spin. You think to yourself, do you know what? This could be it.
Exactly.
This could be it. Nowhere near it. Nowhere near. We made Watford look like Brazil. And that geezer in the middle, the albino.
You and Thomas look alike.
Yeah. He looked like Messi in the middle.
Yeah.
We made him look so good. Made him look so
Just
good.
give him the time there.
It wasn't even that. It wasn't even that. He was coming down their right, our left, and Creswell's on his own. Lanzini, you know, the guy ain't defensive minded, but it's basic football. Do you know what I mean? It's basic. You track your runner, you pick up the players.
Stuff you teach
They're not
kids.
doing that. Yeah, it is. It is stuff you teach kids. You know, go back to that video that come out of Moyes doing that one-to-one training with Obiang. Obiang definitely ain't listened because he still took 3 or 4 touches instead of turning out when he got the chance.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everything. Noble gets the ball. Zabaleta's running down the wing. He runs towards him player comes towards him, and then he has to chip the ball over the player to get it to Zabaleta's feet. When the easier pass was on
Just
3 or
go,
4 touches ago. But it's the lack of confidence.
I don't know what that's all about. I've seen him do
confidence.
that with Cresswell as well. Cresswell's free, just like ping it to Cresswell. He runs towards Cresswell and lets 3 men come
2
in on him.
seasons ago, he would have pinged that pass. It's confidence. It's confidence. There's no confidence. The only player for me that played with some confidence today was Masuaku when he come on, because he looked to beat a man and he crossed the ball. He put more crosses in the 15 minutes he was on than we did probably in the past 2 games.
Said before,
and we got no target man because he took him off.
But we said before, maybe try and start Masuaku left wing.
I would.
He's our best winger. He's our only winger apart from Antonio.
I know he was signed as a left back.
Well, it looks like Arnautovic is going to be out for a little while now. I don't know what's happened to him. It looked like he had a broken arm to me.
Yeah, the way he was on the floor.
It looked pretty bad. I've seen him lift his arm up and his arm was dangling. So
yeah, that'll be
okay, too bad. But
a couple of months out.
you're just scratching your head, and like there's so many questions about the team. There's no answers.
And it's not going to be. He's not going to solve them in.
No, of course.
10 days.
Listen, I know we've dug out of the formation and all that. You can't lie the blame on Moyes' door. He's still installing his philosophy, what he wants from the players, what the coaches want from the players. So you can't really. We can't. He put the
it's easy
team
target,
out.
isn't it?
Yeah,
I mean, the thing is as well. He's come into the club. The atmosphere is getting a little bit poisonous over there, isn't it? So he's got all that in the background as well.
Look, man, I'll tell you what. The balled out chance started today. They started against Tottenham. I wasn't at Palace. I didn't know what it was like at Palace, but they was going for 70 minutes today.
Yeah, there were a lot
more chance. Flags come out, banners come out. One guy got chucked out. West Ham stewards chucked him out because he had the anti-ball banner, which is fucking ridiculous in my eyes, because you pay your money and you go and watch it. If you want to say what you want to say, I think that's, it's not there was nothing offensive on the flag. If you want to say what you want to say, you got a right to. In my eyes, censorship by the club. I never think, especially with all the stuff that's gone on, all the lies and all the deceit and all that, they should at least let people vent their frustrations. If they start chucking people out, it's going to end.
Because that's only going to inflame.
Yeah, it's only going to throw fuel on the fire. Let people vent their frustrations. People are frustrated with them, and it's down to them. I know other West Ham accounts will protect them, and they don't see where the blame lies. I've always said on this channel, I don't think much of them. You know what I mean? Myself, and this is not personal. People think it's personal. It's not personal. It's never been personal with me. You know what I mean? I don't know the people as people. I know them as the owner of the football club, and I know them as a fan, as the owner of a football club. And I speak nothing about their personal lives or whatever. They might be lovely people in real life, but I talk as the chairman of West Ham. Them two people are not good for our club. No, they're not good for our club. They are not looking at the long-term future. They are looking very short-term. But the problem they have in that boardroom is that they are looking short-term at their own financial gain, but told everyone to convince everyone, get everyone on side, that it was a complete opposite. And that's the problem.
For the good of the club.
Going there for the good of the club.
The thing is, look, the performances on the pitch, as much as you can blame Bilic, we know the change needed to happen, but a lot of the blame's to the players. A lot of the blame's to the players. At the end of the day,
we are mirroring Birmingham.
Whether you like the manager or whether you want to play for the manager, like you said, you're in charge of your own fitness. Yeah, you're being paid to play football. You should go out there and perform.
We are mirroring Birmingham.
Yeah, we are.
Exactly the same. What happened at Birmingham? Started off, they come in, they start to make a few positive changes, then all of a sudden get the club to where it's worth an absolute fortune, and then all of a sudden they want to stop investing, start lining their own pockets. We are mirroring what happened to Birmingham.
The thing is that the way things are going now, we're going down unless they spend big in January. And then now,
But even then,
but the thing is, you're not guaranteed. But that's it. But at the end of the day, yeah, they got 4 good players, 3 good players, and 1 half decent player in the summer. Yeah, let the amount of players that they let go. We still needed more, and now to get a player of the standard that we need in January, they're going to play 2 times over the top, so it's going to cost them more money.
the thing is,
They won't spend that.
like I said, in January transfer window, no one will sell their decent players. So you're getting other squads also ran.
The only chance you've got of getting an half decent player is if there's someone down there at the bottom with a team that is literally got nowhere else to go, who think, you know what, we can cash in on him now, or we can lose him. He's got a clause in his contract that lets him go for 6 million at the end. We can either take 15 now or lose him for 6. We are that team at the minute.
That's
I was
it.
just going to say, we are that. We're in that position.
The only other thing you got to rely on is one of the top sides who know loaning a player for one of the top teams who wants to go.
Yeah, but no one of that quality is going to come in. I'm sorry, mate, they won't. You know, who the fuck's going to loan us a player? You look at these players, you've got some talented players. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, who's done brilliantly for England in the midweek, he's playing at Crystal Palace, and not very well.
No. But it's the same as Tammy Abraham, isn't it, at Swansea? You know, a decent player. But look, there's players out there who ain't getting game time. The only benefit, the only bonus that I can see us having coming up to January is that there's players out there who are sort of could get in a World Cup squad.
But we need to.
And they need to play games to do it.
But we need to be in a position come January where we can attract those players.
To be honest, you don't need to be, we could be bottom of the Premier League in January. If you're going to turn around and say to a player, come in, you're going to play every game, it's going to boost your thingy. Someone like Wiltshire, right, comes into our team, walks into the team, she's by far better than any other midfielder we've got, yeah? Plays every game, plays well. Even if we go down, it's benefited him because he's played every game, he's played well, he's got himself there. That's all we can attract at the minute. Players who need to play games to get a sniff of getting in for a World Cup squad. Because that's all that's out there. Like you said, no one else is going to come to us. We can't take risk on Championship players. We can't take risk on foreign players. We need to get proven Premier League players in, like we did with Hernandez, Hart and Zabaleta and Arnautovic. But we've got to get them in the right areas. We desperately need a striker again. We desperately need 2 wingers.
We need pace in the side.
Yeah, massive. Yeah, that's what I said. We need wingers.
We need someone in the middle.
No, we just need pace. We need. Let's look at the starting lineup today. Yeah, the starting lineup, the whole starting lineup. Who's got any speed? Lanzini.
Criswell.
No, not for me. Not for a fullback. Gal?
What?
Criswell. Any speed?
No, he ain't really got any speed. Him and Masuaku is probably the quickest one when he come on.
Masuaku's the quickest player in the club.
Yeah, that's what. Listen, Masuaku come on at the end, didn't he?
Oh, that's enough. You've had
Sorry.
Masuaku's the fastest player we got.
Yeah,
He's even quicker than Antonio.
Pace makes a lot of difference in this league.
Again with Masuaku, though, he plays crap when he starts.
No, but like we ain't got a centre half that's quick.
Nope.
We ain't got a wing back that's quick. We ain't got any fucking wingers that are quick.
We sold them all.
Yeah, we sold every fucking winger
We
had.
sold everyone. We sold the whole squad. Practically.
We ain't had any
all the
pace
poor
in
players,
that
yeah,
team.
but
We haven't had any pace in that team for fuck knows how long.
listen, we sold what we classed as, we sold all the poor players we signed last season, and we did better with them poor players than we had poor quality players.
No, I'm telling you, man, it's not right. They're saying a foot here, Graham. They're saying a foot. I'm telling you, it doesn't add up to me. Doesn't add up to me
The thing is,
whatsoever.
the thing that worries me with this board, I don't sit there and think they want us to go down. Right?
Sometimes I do.
They do like a relegation to clear a load of the deadwood.
Yeah, but the thing is, going down will hit them in the pocket.
It won't.
Will it though? So long as we come straight back up, it won't.
But you're banking on coming straight back up. You know how tough it is to
They
get
also
out of that.
they also like a gamble, mate.
I mean, look at some of the teams that have gone down.
Oh, no,
Struggle to come back up.
Yeah.
If we get in that situation...
Listen, I don't disagree. I don't want us to go down. I don't want, and I deep down don't think they want us to go down.
The thing is,
No
last
one wants their
last
club to
time
go
we
down.
went down, right, we had a lot of players, right, because it was under a
On
previous
big money.
ownership on big money, right. There's theories, and I'm going to put this out, alleged theories, that they planned a relegation and they planned ahead to get us back into the league, yeah, because there were so many players there on big money that it was unsustainable, right? Now, I'm not going to say whether that's true or not. Yeah, I've got my opinion. I'm not even going to say it because I don't want to get sued, right? And I'm going to say alleged, right? Now, to me, that makes sense. Yeah?
Yeah.
Makes sense, right? But the problem is with this time, right? This is why I think it might be a little bit different now. Is that they have signed the shit. It ain't like they've inherited it.
No.
They have signed it. Like, and if that's their plan every time, oh yeah, do you know what? We've got so much crap in the side, earning so much money that we'll just go down, let them all leave, and then we'll just rebuild. Because they ended up last time having to pay Sam Allardyce out like the 10th most. He was the 10th best paid manager in the world. Yeah. They went and got
some World Cup winning managers. as well.
they went and got Kevin Nolan, yeah, for 8 million. If it was that,
I think so. Something like that.
I don't even think it was. I think it was like 4. You're never going to get a player like that again for that amount of money in his prime.
No.
Who's going to be willing to drop down to the Championship?
Exactly.
The only problem with the only good thing that Allardyce had with Nolan is he had a good relationship with him, and Kevin Nolan's an honest player as they come. Like, you know what I mean? He knows he could see the you know, he wasn't playing for England. He ain't got no chance of playing for England.
Yeah.
And he was willing to, you know, do Big Sam a favour and come into the club, and he took the club to his heart. You know, he's a good old fashioned honest player. There's no one like that around anymore. Like, you're going to end up paying someone the 10th most money in the world again to be a manager, because that's the only way you're going to attract any sort of decent manager. Allardyce won't come near us again with a barge pole. Everyone that we've ever touched, we treat them like shit, including Slav. Although I wasn't Slav's biggest fan towards the end of his tenure, they treat people like shit. Like, it's proven.
And you say who would want to come?
Who the fuck would want to work for them? Like,
That's the problem. That is the problem. You know, again.
This is the thing, right? They sit there thinking about how West Ham is a brilliant club and how this stadium is going to take us to the next level. What I don't see, they can't see the wood through the trees, because it's not West Ham that they don't want to come to. It's not their London Stadium that they don't want to play in. It's working for them fucking three stooges upstairs. That's why they don't want to come to this club. And it's about time people started to wake up and smell the coffee. Like, some of these people that sit there protecting them, yeah, they've got to realise that you can't blame them. Well, yeah, because they make work environments bad. They've got something to say every time that you know, we do say in the news.
They've already got 2 games to.
Yeah, and they've got to pipe up and say something like, they've got to, we're going to go to the next level, like, we're going to be in the Champions. They've got to say something. Like, Sullivan cannot keep his mouth shut. And you know what? I'm going to expose him here, because I emailed him, right? Me and Hammer's Chat emailed David Sullivan, right, for an interview. Yeah. Not too long ago, right? And he refused to be interviewed by us because he thinks that, what did he say? I've got to word this right, because it would be unfair to stick him with something he said, right? But this is, Gio sent me back his response. He was saying, like, I don't want to say anything to you that I would regret saying, yeah? And I feel that, like, every time I open my mouth in the press, you know,
Comes out the wrong way.
people twist it and take it the wrong way.
And it's used as a weapon. So.
Whatever, yeah. Right, so he won't talk to us, a channel, right? Although I'd love to question him on some of his decisions and all that. I'd love to put him to the sword and get an honest
Yeah, it'd be nice to have
interview with
an
him.
honest interview
Like,
with
tell
him.
him what our gripes are,
Yeah.
and tell him and let him explain to me why he makes the decisions he does, and let me explain to him why I think they're wrong, yeah. But I'm not going to twist it. I would film it 100%, yeah.
You wouldn't edit it
I
to
wouldn't
make
edit
it
it
look
to
bad.
make it
as
look
as
bad.
it was.
Yeah,
Go out
I
as
would
it
let
was.
him have his fair say, right? But he's quite willing to go and talk to the Mirror or the Sun or Sky Sports, people that want to twist it. And this is
one line out of
this
a
is
whole
my
conversation.
this is my fucking problem I have with this club sometimes, right? And we've got a meeting coming up, and I'm going to take this, right? And I've said this before, right? We've got stuff to say to them as fans, yeah. Not as a channel, not as anything.
No,
We've got
that's
stuff
fair.
to say to them. We could put, we've got our fingers on the pulse, yeah. They want to be listened to, or they want to listen to the fans to change things and all that. Yet they refuse to meet us. But they'll go and sit down with Sky Sports or Talk Sport or the Mirror or the Sun or whatever. People that literally fucking twist their work. They refuse to give us things like press passes. Not that I'll ever go and sit in there, but it would be nice to have the option to go into the press conference after.
Imagine him in a press.
But they refuse to give us things like that. Yet people that stitch them up, like the Sun, the Mirror,
They'll take like a sound bite of
of what they say, stitch them up, call everyone in the club a cunt, yeah, more or less, in their own words. Yet they feed them. You know what? They can stick it up their arse, as far as I'm concerned. But we've asked, and they refuse. They refuse. What does that say?
Yeah, no, that's it. See, the thing is, it's like with they do the question and answer sessions, don't they? Right, but the question and answer sessions are set up in a way that they vet all the questions.
They vet them.
And it just would be nice just to look, go to anyone, any of the fan channels, and just have a frank interview and answer the questions that people are asking, but not the questions that are flattering to the ball. The questions that
The reason
will
why
ruffle feathers.
I'll tell you why the reason they won't sit down with people is because they are shit scared that we will actually tell the fucking truth, and they won't have the answers.
Yeah.
That's why.
Well, look, at the end of the day, you take what Brady said about when we moved all that world-class stadium, world-class team and all that. Why did you say all that? Why did you come out and say, or why did they come out? The views would be exactly the same as they were. You'll be the same distance away from the pitch. Why did you say all that stuff?
To lie.
But why? No, but that's what I'm saying.
Because
Well,
how do you think it would have went down if they would have went, yeah, we're going to move, we're going to leave the bowl in, we're going to go there, but your view's going to be worse.
You'll be further from the pitch.
The team's going to be the same. It might get a little bit worse. Yeah, you're going to be sitting 30 yards back from where we used to be.
You're going to get thrown out.
Yeah, if you stand up, you're going to get thrown out. Half this stuff that I'm promising, the fucking display, that ain't going to be there. The statue that I promised, it's not going to be there. What do you think people would have did?
Oh yeah,
They wouldn't have renewed their season tickets.
Exactly.
What if they renewed their season tickets?
know-
They would have fucking chained themselves up to the pot and wouldn't let the bastard knock it down.
Do you know what I want to know, right? Whether someone in that committee that allowed West Ham to have the stadium actually said to that board, them things. The view, the pitches, the seats could be right up to the pitch. Yeah, the views won't be known. I want to know if actually anyone connected to the London Stadium
You'll
and all
never
that.
know. You'll never know.
Well, someone's going to come out and say it eventually.
No.
I want to know if all the bullshit that they fed us
Was fed to them.
was fed to them, or whether it is just the crap they've made up.
You'll never know.
We will.
The only people who'll know are the people who's in that meeting.
Exactly.
But you
There'll be
can't-
someone in
you-
that meeting
You
who
should
would-
not promise things that you don't know that are true to a paying fan base. And this is it, isn't it? This is the problem. They ain't giving us the tickets. We're still buying them. You know.
This is the thing. It's not just the home ticket. Like people pay a lot of money to travel up and down the country.
Yeah, I know.
You know.
It's poor. I think
there's
there's
supply a code for no one.
no, exactly. Yeah, never done anything. Someone told me they got a fucking charger from West Ham, but that might have been a load of bollocks. Some portable charger or something.
The thing is, I just can't understand why West Ham can't put their hands in their pockets and fund some of the coach travel for
Other clubs
supporters.
do.
Yeah.
Other clubs.
They've stuck it in their skies, mate. That's fact. That is
But
fact.
I think they're thinking about busing the fans to Wembley for the Spurs game. New
cheers.
Year's Eve or something like that because of the trains and.
Cheers for that. Stick up your arse. I'd rather drive.
Must get a train.
No, I think it's going to be probably
Mob,
train.
isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I can't remember what it is, but
What's that?
I don't know. It's just depressing, man.
I bet we all just don't go. Let them fucking spin on that one. Oh, we'd be there.
You know, we'll
Exactly.
do
That's the thing. You
We
know,
still keep going.
the only way, as fans, we've got to voice our anger or our opinions is
To go to the game.
through a medium like this or go to the game. As I said, there's no point us not going to a home game because we've already paid a season ticket.
Oh, but I've said this before. They can stick my money right up their arse. Honestly, they can. I've said that before. I don't care about the money. It's not the money that I'm concerned about. It's the so-called death of the football club. They want the money. Do you know what? I'd have a whip around. If I could earn as much money, if I could go outside that fucking stadium with a bucket, and they said to me, right, Nick, if you could raise £300 million, we'll piss off. I'd go outside with a bucket and have a good go. Do you know what I mean?
Walk round 20 times.
That'd have to be a big bucket.
I'll be honest with you, you could probably find someone out there who would buy that club for £300 million now.
They're not selling that for £300 million.
No, exactly.
Not in a million years, mate.
They're biding their time.
They know what they're doing. But, you know, I think the club's rotten. They've got a manager that they've scrimped and scraped on, although I think you've got to give him a chance. But
let's be honest, to be fair, he's probably the only one who was willing to take it on.
yeah.
You've got to look at that as well.
To prove as well.
Well, this is my thing with Moyes. This is what I said in like the reaction thing. You know, he's looking to rebuild his career. You know, and at the end of the day, if he gets us out of the doldrums and keeps us up, you know, it's a step forward for him to rebuild his career. You know, and look, at the end of the day, I want him to succeed. I want him to keep us up. So I don't want.
But we ain't that far into the season, Scott, where we can't push to do something.
Oh no, exactly. Look, we're in a quarter final of the League Cup now.
Yeah.
You know, we could still go on and do something, but it's just hard to see at the minute.
I can't
say
see
it's
us beating
no
Arsenal.
I can't see us beating anyone, Nick, at the minute. I'll be honest with you. I cannot sit there looking at the fixtures and turn around and say, do you know what? That's where our next point is coming from. Because I just look at Leicester City, pacey attack causes problems. Who we got after that? Everton. You know, probably Everton might be one because they've got no pace.
Yeah, but they're one of our
They're
bogey
well,
sides.
exactly.
They're one
And
of our bogey sides.
Not only
once
that.
up there in God knows how long.
Not only that, it's going to come down to a proper scrap. That game.
And we're not up for
And
the
I
fight.
don't think we're up for the fight.
That's
They'll scrap their way through it.
They're the only team probably that ain't got tons of pace charging forward at us.
Yeah, but I mean, look at the way they fought back against Watford. The other
Well,
week.
yeah, exactly. You know, they're
Lot of
going to
character
for
there.
it. They
Lot
fought
of
back
character.
against Palace. And then you get past Everton and it's what? Man City?
Chelsea,
Arsenal.
Arsenal.
Do you know, I really fear that Man City game, the way they're playing at the minute.
That's going to be
We're going to go there and get a point. You watch.
If that don't change, if it don't change within the next couple of weeks, mate, that could be the Premier League's record score.
Nah.
Fuck off.
Do you know what, Mark?
Stoke ship 7 up there.
Yeah,
Listen, we're gonna get beat by Leicester. We're gonna get a point. We're gonna get beat at Everton, and then we're gonna go out a point to City. It's one of them seasons, mate. It's one of them
Honestly,
seasons.
I don't want to sit here and laugh about it, mate, but I can see that. I can see that being a fucking record score in the Premier League.
I've called it all day long. It's going to be at least 5 up there. I've got no faith in us going up there, and that pains me because normally you go to places like that and you think, yeah, look, if we set up right, you know, we're well drilled and all that, we can get a point. But
no chance, mate.
Anyway,
I'm fucking deflated, mate. It's just I thought Liverpool done me in. This result's done me even worse.
we only took that second goal, yeah.
It was our ball apparently in the build-up.
Who gives a shit? They scored a second goal. We didn't score no goal. That's it. Simple as that. Cubs dying on its arse.
Hart did pull off a good save though.
Yeah, it was a
That'd be a
world
great
class
save.
save, yeah.
Great save.
From the header, yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking point blank range, tipped it round. Expert.
Yeah, our corners beat the first man today.
Lovely.
It's a
There you
move.
go,
It's a
that's
step in the
something.
right direction. I found
That's
a
something.
positive in the game. Look at that. God.
Brilliant. Shall we leave it there? I want to go home. I'm freezing cold. This bar is the coldest bar I've ever been in. Can we get some blow eaters
It's
or
nearly
something?
up. No, not yet.
I haven't got your heaters on and all.
Jesus Christ, you're not that cold.
No, I am.
I'm
That's
sitting
what I'm
here-
saying.
I'm
I've got your heaters
I'm
on.
sitting here in a
Freezing
t-shirt.
still.
Yeah, I don't know how you're doing it. Anyway, thank you very much for joining us on this edition of West Ham Fan TV's Post-Match Pint. Don't forget, go and check out all the fan cams that Dan's going to go and upload now once we get the memory card to him because the
My
computer's failed. Scott's fault.
My fault. Sorry.
Everything's failed today. The microphone failed. The camera
Camera
failed at
failed.
one point. The computer's failed.
Twice.
The team failed.
So it's just been a good day all round then.
Yeah,
the
brilliant.
only thing I got right today was I drove us home nice and safely.
Oh, yeah. Too fast.
You're going to get tickets.
No.
I made sure I stayed within the speed limits.
Oh,
My lovely new car.
Yeah.
yeah, and you got a new car.
Yeah, so go and check out all of that. We've got more stuff coming up during the week as we approach.
I'll be back Wednesday with a preview for Leicester.
You know what? I'm going to do musings this week. I've done one of them in ages, mate.
Yeah,
I am, honestly. I'm going to do one. I'm going to do one on social,
I am, yeah.
on time.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, okay.
If one of you wants to come on it, yeah.
I was on it last time. I can't come again. People get fed up.
Yeah, go and check out all of that stuff coming up during the week. Go and check out all the fan cams. Go and follow us on Twitter at West Ham Fan TV, Facebook.com/West Ham Fan TV, Snapchat, Instagram, all the stuff we never use.
Volley.
Volley, yeah, get on the volley.
On the
I love
volley.
the volley, man. That's my favourite one. Yeah, that's
I have to admit, I thought it was bold.
volley. It's not. It's volley. So go and get on the volley. It's VOLE.
It's Vol.
Yeah, it's spelt vol. Yeah, but it's not. It's volley. On the
French,
volley.
On the volley.
It's Turkish actually.
So,
Turkish word for
MOLE, how would you say mole? You wouldn't
Mole.
say mole, would you?
yeah, but it's Turkish, Scott.
It's ground.
Graham. It's Turkish. That's the way they say it, all right?
It's like you say Nikes.
Yeah, I do say Nike.
It's Nike.
It's like
No, I say Nike.
It's Nike.
Wear the Nike shoes. All right, so yeah, go and follow us on all of them. One thing left to say, lads.
Come
Come on, you
on.
irons.